Supremo ni Andres Bonifacio. So it was a textbook na history talaga. Sa life story ni Andres Bonifacio, pati yung journey niya hanggang sa death niya. And then another script offered to me last year, which is yung script niya. And yung title is Historiography kay Rata. So in English, it's The Misprints of History. So when I read the script, I realized na, wow, this is something new. Because number one, it's kind of controversial in terms of how we depict history. Not in a bad light, but Jim wants to show something which is the other side of our heroes, which is more revealing or more mas human, and at the same time mas what you call this, mas irreverent yung approach namin sa writing. But when I realized that the script, sabi ko, I like the script because there's no political or any social agenda or any political statement. This time around, we just want to be funny. We just want to be crazy about how we wrote history. And I think yun yung challenge din sa amin. It's a three-part na history kasi, and also it's a challenge also to do this on an epic scale. Like we have Rizal na era, and American War, and yung Japanese time. So yung inspiration ko talaga dito, parang Monty Python, Life of Brian, yung time ng mga Monty Python, or at the same time, ang pinaka-inspiration namin dito ng Jim is to create something like mga Coen Brothers na mga film, which is very witty, poignant, or satirical, but not in a bad light, but something that we Filipinos could smile na, oh nga, no, parang tayo din yan, ano. So yun yung gusto namin sa film.
Kay Direk Kit Obanda, no? Anong kaibahan nitong horror mo sa usual horror na napapanood natin?
Nilimit ko po yung sarili ko to the tools that were available to filmmakers in the 80s. Kasi it's the mga ganitong gleefully gory films, usually we don't see as much of that anymore in Philippine cinema. Like, usually, naalala ko pa dyan yung mga old chick rattle and roll films eh. Siguro yung last name Frigidaire na medyo gruesome. So I tried to limit myself to tools that were available during that time. Meaning wala siyang CGI. I also try not to resort to jump scares and gulat-gulat. I rely more on the tension and the visuals. Lastly, I think most of my favorite horror films have an undercurrent of politics and commentary on society. And I think kasi ang starting point naman ng Nai is a dream that I had, and it reflects on my own fears, and that is the fear of getting desensitized to violence. Parang I feel na sa sobrang prevalence ng violence ngayon, slowly my threshold for what I'm offended about and what I don't like and what violence I can tolerate is getting eroded. So ganun yung na-reflect ko po sa film.
Kay Direk Sharon sa inyo, no? Napanood ko yung Big Boy mo noon. Ito bang nervous translation mo? May ganun din vibe?
May similar spirit, pero I guess mas narrative itong nervous translation. Again, it's a film about family. It's a period film. Ito naman set after People Power, 1988. So my sense of revisiting the past, but it's based less family stories. Big Boy was based on family stories. Ito naman mas sa akin, mas sa memories ko din. Yun, the challenge here was how to translate without much dialogue, kasi ito yung bata on her own, left at home, OFW parent, tas working mom. So how to express oneself, especially at a time when the country is also learning to express after a time of dictatorship.
Kay Direk Dante Villegas naman, kilala ka bilang director ng mga rom-com movies, ano? At saka sa point of view ng lalaki. Ngayon, paano mo na pagkasya yung vision ng apat na characters na may gay, lesbian, straight, at saka na maipalabas mo yung gusto mong mensahe sa isang pelikulang Changing Partners?
ayun po, number one, sobrang collaborative nung staff ko. I mean, pag may unit or may issue na hindi ako sure, for example, nag-iiba kasing physics ng relationship kapag gay ka or lesbian ka, may certain pagtatago, may certain layer na iba-iba eh. So pag ganun, tatanungin ko yung mga kasama namin sa set, ay tama ba itong gusto kong mangyari or itong ginagawa ko? Kasi baka mamaya, more than mali siya, mamaya maka-offend ako or something. Paki-check naman muna. Sabihin ba to, tama ba to? Ayun, pero tatanungin ko yung sister ko na lesbian, tama ba to? So may ano ko may ang tawag doon? Lifeline? The dial friend. The dial friend na pwede mong tawagan na, oy, tama ba to? Ganyan. Tapos sabihin niya, oh tama yan, sige, laban mo yan. So yun. Kaya natatawid namin ng maayos. Plus, yun nga, yung aking cast na since sila din yung actor sa play. Parang every night yata pinagdadaan. Pinagdaan ng character. So mas madali siyang i-flesh out.
As a director kay Joseph Texon, tatanungin ko lang, yung pelikula mo Throwback Today, paano makaka-relate ang millennials dito?
Hello, ayan. Ito po ako. Hello po. Yan. Paano po makaka-relate ang mga millennials? Makaka-relate po ang mga millennials dito po dahil po sa mga frustration po ng after graduating. Yung mga frustrations, pagiging entitled sa mga bagay-bagay na gusto mong makuha agad yung mga dreams, yung mga goals nila sa buhay. Ang gusto kong sabihin dito sa pelikula na maghintay po, mag-let go sa ego, mag-let go po sa pride, at hayaan matuto sa buhay. Yun po yung gusto kong sabihin for the millennials at para sa Throwback Today. Yun lang po.
Kana Patrick Putrabada at saka Ray Red, may sinasabi ba ang pelikula niyo? Since ang title ng pelikula niyo is Chedeng at si Apple, may sinasabi ba ang pelikula niyo tungkol sa colonial mentality?
Wala po. Nagkataon lang talaga na yun yung pangalan nila.
Bakit nga pala yun ang naisip yung pangalan? Kasi Apple, Chedeng, tapos may fake na Louis Vuitton pa dito.
Yun, nagkataon lang talaga po ng pangalan nila Chedeng siya kasi Apple.
But has the movie something to say about women empowerment?
Yes, definitely. In-explore namin yung buhay ni Chedeng at Apple dun sa point na pinakawalan na nila lahat. Ginawa at pinursue nila kung ano yung gusto nila. Si Chedeng went for her first love and then si Apple umalis sa isang toxic relationship.
Kay Giancarlo Albrahan, napanood kong dagitag mo. Dito, bakit kailangan kaming magkaroon ng pake sa pelikula mo?
Una, yung paki-discusses, well, again, the topic of marriage. At ngayon, considering tayo lang yung bansa sa mundo, aside from Vatican, na wala pang divorce law, kung gaano ka-cruel ito sa mga pamilya, lalo na sa mga babae. At kung paano nahihirapan yung mga tao sa loob nito dahil pinagtitiis natin sila doon sa at yung double standard na kapag lalaki, hayaan mo na yan, hindi na yung magbabago at yung babae dapat tapos. So I focused on that pain of that one person.
Question ko kay Ronald. Ronald, supposed to be sa docu, di ba? Tatlo siya. Ano nang nangyayari at naging dalawa na lang?
Okay, si Jeff Deco, withdraw the project dahil nawawala yung subject nila. Kailangan pa nila namin. I think gagawin din nila yung future.
Sa dalawang documentary filmmakers natin, ano yung mga hurdles niyo habang ginagawa mo yung docu niyo? Kay Dempster at saka kay Faith.
Go ahead. Muna, sige. Hurdles. Eto, hurdle to kasi hindi kami sanay dito. Tapos, kinakain yung oras namin sa post-production. Pero masaya kaming halubilo sa inyo. Hindi naman sa masama to, pero yun nga. Kinakabahan na rin kasi kami dahil meron kami mga deadlines na hinahabol. Pero masaya kaming makaharap kayo. Mahirap lang talaga maghabol ng oras. Mahirap sumunod dun sa mga subjects kasi hindi naman nakaschedule ang shoots namin gaya ng mga narratives na kaya mong i-schedule, although mahirap rin makahanap ng schedules for actors and actresses. It's much harder to follow a subject whose schedule has to dictate your following them. Mostly.
May mga raw footage.
Raw footage? Ano po, gano'n po ka-raw? Parang sushi, ganyan. Nag-shoot na kasi ako since 2013. So, marami akong, as in raw footage. Pero wala kaming ni-recreate. Everything is what we saw, what we followed. It's all raw in that sense. So, wala kaming ni-recreate, wala kaming pre-production design, wala kaming post-production magic na gagawin, kundi siguro i-color correct, ayusin yung sound, at buuin yung pelikula.
Thank you, Direk. Let's hear it from Fee.
Yung hurdle, yung for my film po, most of my subjects, mga matatanda na, yung mga lolas. And yung main hurdle is yung mag-extract ng memories from them kasi most of them nagkakaroon na ng dementia or nakakalimot na. So, yun. Basically, yung pag-extract ng memories and yung kausapin sila about their past. So, yun naman. And the deadlines.
Thank you so much. We'd like to invite everyone